back to the Dally Diaries. Kristel here. I'm so glad you've joined me today. If it's your first time, welcome. Happy to pop your cherry. That sounds weird, but you know what I mean. We are doing a video today talking about all of the beauty stuff that I've really enjoyed using this year. Now, not all of it was actually released this year. Some of it is older stuff, but it's the stuff that I enjoyed using throughout this year. So if you want to see what's in my stash here, and I'm covering off things from all different aspects of makeup, if you want to see, then just stay where you are and let's dive right on in. So I thought we'd kick it off with some base products. Right now I have got 3 concealers with me, and I have been using this one nonstop for a couple of years now, and this is the MCO Beauty Instant Concealer Camouflage and Contour. I really enjoy this one. Let me just put those others down for a sec. I really enjoy this concealer because it's nice and creamy. It gives good coverage, and even though it's creamy, it doesn't slide around my face once it's on. It sets and it just works like a dream. I love it for spot concealing. I love it for just getting rid of the redness through my nose here. I got sunburnt once many years ago, and my nose is still paying the price for that. Currently I'm using the shade Ivory, and I have nothing but good things to say about this concealer. I think it's a really lovely formula. One of the other ones I've been using, I was using it last year, and then I kind of stopped using it for the first half of this year just because other things came into my collection. But then I've just been kind of back to loving it again in the last few months, and it is from Flower Beauty, which is Drew Barrymore's line, and I adore Drew Barrymore because she's just like a human ray of light. This is, oh gosh, I think it's the Illuminating Concealer. The writing is so bloody small. Oh, Light Illusion Full Coverage Concealer. And this one it definitely dries down. I like it for around my eye area. So it goes on quite light and liquidy, and it just blends out super easy, and then it sets. It definitely is a self-setting concealer, which is great because then I don't have to layer powder over the top of it. But it just disappears really nicely into the skin, and I really enjoy this formula for around my eye area. Now, one that was new to me this year is from Vieve Beauty, and it is I think this is the instant, oh my God, I should really just stop guessing the names because I never get it right. Modern Radiance Concealer, and the shade I have here is Light 3. This one is so beautiful. I've seen Vieve use this mixed with the Skin Nova, basically used as a foundation, and I have used it that way a few times as well. I think it's really lovely if you want to use it in place of a foundation, basically. Maybe you're just using a tinted moisturizer, or you've just got something really like a light coverage foundation on. This is beautiful for areas that you want to add a bit more coverage, maybe through the T-zone, and it is super creamy. So this one, if you have really oily skin, may not be the best one for you, but it looks so beautiful. It has such a radiant finish, and if you powder it, it's probably going to be fine, but it's definitely a nice thick creamy formula. It's really lovely. The coverage, oh yeah, really beautiful concealer. Just one of the many things that I have loved from Vieve this year. I'm a big fan of the Vieve makeup line. All right, now I have one foundation that I have picked up this year that I have been really enjoying and relying on. This is the Glossier Fluid Stretch Foundation. I have the shade Light 2. I was actually using a sample of this when I was overseas. I got one overseas and then was using it while I was traveling. And then when I got home, I decided to order it. So this foundation is very natural looking on the skin. A hydrating light to medium coverage foundation. I would say that's pretty accurate. It has really nice ingredients in it like squalane and glycerin, so good for hydration. Wild roseberry and plankton extract for visibly balancing shine and maintaining hydration, and amino acid pigments. So it's a really nice foundation. I also love that it's formulated without a whole bunch of yucky toxic ingredients. I definitely have to powder my T-zone with this one. And if you are someone a little bit oilier, this might not be your ideal foundation, but I'm a combination kind of normal skin, have a bit of an oilier T-zone. And as long as I powder my T-zone, it works like a treat. And it just always looks really nice and really natural. So I'm very fond of that foundation. Another one that I was wearing a lot through the first half of the year was actually the CoverGirl Clean Fresh Skin Milk foundation. So it's very, very lightweight, more like a tinted moisturizer kind of finish to it. But I thought that was a really nice one as well. And it's so cheap to buy as well, especially when it's on sale. So they were my face products. I do not have a powder here in front of me that I specifically want to talk about because I've never found a powder that I absolutely love. I have been using for most of the year and for most of last year as well, a Kiko Milano SPF compact face powder, which can be used wet or dry, and I tend to use that as my touch-up powder. Today I've actually got the MAC Studio Fix powder on, literally just through my T-zone, which I haven't worn for ages. And I have tried many different powders this year, and there is not one that I love. There's just not one that I love. There is no holy grail powder for me at this point in time. But maybe one day I'll find the love of my life and the powder of my life. No, the love of my life is definitely Billy Bowie Girl, my puppy dog. All right, so let's move into some bronzers here because I do have a few of these that I really enjoy. Now, if you've been here for a couple of years, you would have seen this happening for a couple of years. This is from MCO Beauty, so it's a nice budget buy. It's the Instant Contour Cream Bronzer in light medium, and this I always love the way this works. It's funny because I have tested the Charlotte Tilbury one of these. This is a dupe of the Charlotte Tilbury one, but I don't like it as much. This formula is very, very liquidy, and it has this kind of beautiful gel-like sheen to it. Whereas I feel like the Charlotte Tilbury one, I don't know, I don't like the finish as much as I like the finish of this one, which is great because this one is way cheaper, especially when they have sales, which they have all the time. I love the way this looks on my skin. My skin always looks so natural when I use this. It just looks like a natural bronzy contour. I use it as a bronzer more than a contour because it is a warm brown, and that's fine because I honestly don't really contour my skin. So sometimes I use a bronzer as a contour, but yeah, this is a beautiful product. I think all skin types would get along with this. There is no one I wouldn't recommend this to. It's a really fabulous product. I'm glad that that's in my life. It's also perfect if you are someone who travels. I take this every time I go overseas because it's just so easy to travel with. It's not going to break. It's light. It's compact. Mint. Now, this is another one that I've loved for the last couple of years. This is from Danessa Myricks, and it is the the face contour balm. And I have the shade Light 2, I think it is. And so this is the contour balm. It looks disgusting right now, okay? Because that's just what balms look like when you use them. But this always looks so natural and so lovely on the skin. It's a little thicker, obviously, because it's a balm than the one that I was just talking about, but it still always looks very natural. I really like the shade of this one as well. It's definitely got more of that pigment to it, but it can be blended out to look incredibly natural on the skin, or you can build it up as well. So I'm a huge fan of this Danessa Myricks Balm Contour, and I have traveled with that one as well, and it was great. Now, I actually picked up when I was overseas this year something from Physicians Formula, which I think has been a favorite overseas for quite some time. It is the Muramuru Butter Bronzer, and it definitely is fragranced, like it smells like coconut or something. But I really love this for days where I'm in a rush to get out the door and I'm just wearing maybe a skin tint and some concealer, and it just gives me warmth to my face and a beautiful shine, a beautiful glow, and it's so silky smooth. It's so soft, the consistency. I do have the Kosas Sunshow Bronzer as well, which I have enjoyed using this year. And I was like, oh, which one of these do I like better? And, maybe ask me on a different day, but like when I was doing this list, I'm like, I'm really enjoying this one from Physicians Formula. So yeah, and it does come with a little, comes with a little compact as well. So it's got a little mirror in there as well. I don't know what this thing is about. This I don't use. I don't, like, is this what's supposed to happen? It's like a sponge. It's, anyway, that is a puzzle to me. I don't know why they just didn't give me a brush, but the actual product itself is really good. I think I bought this in Portugal, actually. Really like that. Okay, moving into some blushes. And I'll start with the powder blushes because I've been getting back into them this year. I've always been more of a cream blush girl, but this year I have made some purchases of powder blushes and I've been enjoying those again. So to start with, I've got one that's a bit of an older one. It's from Colourpop and it is one of their Super Shock blushes. It's pearlized, the finish, and the color is Brute Flute. I'm not even sure if this one's still available. I really hope it is because it's so beautiful. I love the Super Shocks with the pearlized finish. I wish they had more shades to choose from because I'd buy this in like 7 different colors if they had more shade options, but this is such a beautiful blush. It goes on so smoothly and it's just this beautiful rosy shade. It's got a bit of a golden sheen to it. It's so pretty. I really like this blush from Colourpop. I use it very consistently. It's also a shade that's, I don't know, it's a bit more unique in my collection. I don't have one quite like that. You know, it's funny too because I've purchased over the last couple of years 3 of the RMS Redimension, what is it? Hydra Redimension blushes, and none of those are actually on the table in front of me today, which is interesting because those blushes are super expensive. And I do like them, don't get me wrong. I see why people like them because they are really pretty. But I do think you get just as beautiful an effect from these Colourpop Super Shock blushes with the pearlized finish. They remind me very much actually of the RMS blushes and at a fraction of the cost. So big fan of that one. Then I also really got back into MAC this year. I feel like, yeah, I've been really enjoying a lot of MAC products in the last year or so, and I rediscovered how beautiful their Extra Dimension blushes are. This one is Hushed Tone, and this is absolutely gorgeous. This is kind of similar, a little similar in shade to my RMS blush in Maiden's Blush, but this one I find myself using more often. I really think this is a beautiful formula from MAC. Isn't that so gorgeous? Hushed Tones is stunning. It really is giving you a lot of dimension, this blush. I highly, highly recommend, if it's been a while since you checked out a MAC blush, just checking out the Extra Dimension blushes because they're a beautiful formula, really beautiful. I picked up a couple of those and I really have enjoyed them, and if they bring out more colors, I will be definitely keeping an eye out for those. There is a good range of those now though, but yeah, I'm just like, bring me out some more, please. So one more powder blush that I picked up and have been really enjoying. This is actually a recent purchase, but this, well, it's an old blush, but it's a recent purchase for me. This is Butterfly from Benefit and it is orange. It is a beautiful orange blush and I love it. It may look intimidating, but on the skin, it's so pretty. It's such a great blush for summer and spring. I love the finish. It's got that really beautiful radiant finish once again. And I was a bit worried because when I was looking at it, I was like, oh no, is there gold glitter in there or something? But no, it's definitely not glittery. And it's just a beautiful, unique blush color that I think there's heaps of peaches and coral blushes out there, but there's not many that are actually orange. And this just looks so flattering on the skin. And I think it would suit so many skin tones, so many skin depths, because I'm quite fair and I love it on me. So don't be afraid if you're fair to try the Butterfly blush from Benefit because it just makes me look healthy and summery, and yeah, and it would also look amazing on a deeper skin tone. So love those. All right, so for creams, and look, I've been loving this formula for years now and I loved it hard once again this year. I picked up 2 new nude sticks colors. These are in the Dewy formula, Nudies Bloom. This is my favorite nude sticks formula. I love these ones. So I picked up Poppy Girl. I love this shade. I love this because I think I've said this before, but so many products that say they're for cheeks and lips, I really only like in one of those places, and that's kind of subpar in the other place. But these I love equally on my cheeks and on my lips. So I got Poppy Girl and then this really beautiful Rusty Rouge shade. So Poppy Girl and Rusty Rouge, and these look so stunning on the cheeks and so stunning on the lips. I love these shades so much. My other favorite shade from this line is the Bohemian Rose. So I just blended them out a little bit for you, but they're just stunners. These are fabulous for travel as well. So definitely, if you haven't tried the Nude Sticks formula, I love it. I truly love it. So I definitely recommend you do check it out. It's been around for a long time for a good reason, because they're great products. Okie dokie. And you know, if you have been following me for a while now, there's no way that these weren't going to make it back into the list this year of things that I've loved using. Danessa Myricks, she just nails it. These lip and cheek palettes are phenomenal. Now, I will say I do prefer using these on the cheeks. I predominantly use these on the cheeks. It's very rare that I use them on the lips, but I do like that I have that option when I travel. So both of these palettes, the Duet Undercover and the Duet Flirty, I took away with me overseas to Europe, and I used both of them, and I needed no other blushes in my life because they have everything I need in here. And I'm wearing this on my face today. I have on this shade here, and it just gives me such a beautiful radiance to my cheeks. I just always look better when I wear these. Yeah, they never fail to look beautiful on the face. I cannot recommend these more highly. I got this one first because, you know, I'm just so into these colors, and I wasn't sure if these would look good on me, okay? But in winter, this is one of my favorite palettes. Like, I wear this like it's nobody's business, and every single shade actually looks beautiful on my skin. And again, the finish is just radiant and glorious. Look at that. That's a shade I thought would look awful on me, and yet doesn't. That's the lightest shade in the palette. And then let's just have a little swatch of this one, because you might be like, oh my God, it's too dark if you're fair like I am, but it is not too dark. You just have to go in softly. I actually like to use this brush from Elf Beauty. It is their Putty Blush Brush. This is one of my favorite brushes for applying a cream blush to my face, and also because I have a smaller face, I like big brushes just put too much everywhere and I don't have the control over them. But say if you use this brush in the darkest shade, you get this, look at this gorgeous color. So you can absolutely use that if you're fair. These are just beautiful autumn and winter blush shades. So yeah, I will never ever be without these palettes, ever. These would be my most used blushes over the last 2 years consistently. I love them. I don't know what else I can say. If you love a cream blush, what are you waiting for? Amazing, amazing value, and it will make your skin look beautiful. So there are all the blushes that I wanted to talk about today. I do have one highlighter here with me, even though I've tried lots of beautiful highlighters this year. This one, I don't know, I just love it. It's a Vieve product again, because I'm obsessed with Vieve. This is the Skin Dew, and I think there's a video when I used this for the first time, maybe in 2023, and I fell immediately in love with it because the color is so beautiful. I don't like using icy highlighters even though I'm fair. It is not the look that I enjoy, because I do have a bit of I'm fair but with kind of an olivey undertone. I don't look good with icy shades. So the finish of this is so beautiful and so radiant, and it looks amazing when you put a powder blush over the top of it as well. Like if you want to get an extra hit of radiance. I actually really, and I got this from Vieve, I actually really enjoy using a highlighter, a cream highlighter under my blushes now. Sometimes I forget and I do put my highlighter on top, but I really enjoy that way of doing highlighter. And this is just, it's got this beautiful light golden sheen, but it's not like gold. So it goes with everything, and it just looks so luminous and radiant, but natural at the same time. It is an incredible product. I have had this tube over a year. It's tiny. Look at the size of it. It's like, and I've still got so much product left in there. Yeah, so this one's the 7 ml, and this has lasted me over a year, like into last year as well. So I definitely recommend the Vieve Skin Dew. It's a beautiful formula. It's a beautiful product, and you'll get so much use out of it. Okay, I've got a couple of little brow products here in front of me. So I've really, the last 2 years, been loving the brow powders. My favorite powder formula-wise is from Benefit, and it is the Goof Proof. The formula is just beautiful. It's soft, it's pigmented, I can blend it. It stays put. It's all of the best things you could want in a brow powder. I love it. The only reason I haven't been wearing it the last little while is because I put a bit of red in my hair. So my hair's a bit warmer, and also is a little bit lighter than when I was using this powder. So I need to get this in a lighter color. The other brow powder I have in front of me is the Anastasia Beverly Hills one. It's one of the brow powder duos in Auburn. And the reason I like this one so much is because of the duo here. And because I dyed my hair auburn. It's all kind of washed out now that you can just see it in the sun a little bit. And there wasn't a color in the Benefit range when I was testing them that looked as good as this one did, the auburn shade. So I literally just mix the two and use it in one go with an angled brush. And I really like that Anastasia has these duo ones, because I think that's really good value, especially if you're someone who likes to kind of change up your look a little bit, or maybe from like you want something a little bit lighter in summer, a little bit darker in winter, depending on your skin color, your hair color. So I really do like that. Again, this stays put. It is a little harder, I feel, than the Benefit one. I do prefer slightly the formula, like the consistency of the Benefit one, but I have been using this one and it's been doing a really good job as well. So no qualms in recommending that one either. And to set my brows in place, I use the Benefit 24-hour brow setter gel, and I've yet to find a better one. I do really like, there's one from Mecca that I really like as well. There's one terrible one, but there's one good one. I think it's the orange one that's the good one. Brow Guru, I think it is. But yeah, this is still it's still my favorite. So that's brows. Now for some mascaras. All right, let's do mascaras. You know, I've been using this thing for as long as I have had my YouTube channel, and way before that as well. This is Tarte Opening Act Lash Primer, and it is something I wear every single day under my mascara, without fail. I always wear it because it's just the best lash primer. And I have to order this from overseas. So it's a pain in the butt, and I have to pay for postage and all of those things. And yet I do it because there is not one that I like better. So if you want to have more luxe lashes and you want them to be in good condition, I highly recommend the Tarte Opening Act Lash Primer. I have been using it for a decade, and I've had people ask me like, do you have false lashes on? And it's not because my eyelashes are impressive on their own, it's because I use that lash primer. Now, the mascaras I've used the most this year are, no surprises on this one, the Tartelette XL Tubing Mascara. I do have a mascara comparing this to the original Tarte mascara, the tubing one, and I like that one too, but this one when I want a dramatic lash, this is the one I go for. It is the one I have on today over my lash primer from Tarte. I love a tubing mascara because I have the problem where mascaras smudge on my eyes because my eyes are hooded, and because my lashes are like a decent length, they will constantly be transferring onto my lid. And also I used to always look like a panda, but tubing mascaras have changed my life. And yeah, if you didn't think that they made tubing mascaras that would give you oomph, they do. This is one of them. Another really good one that I still love is the Hourglass Unlocked Instant Extensions mascara. That one is fabulous as well. That one is very volumizing. This one I feel gives you really good length and curl and a bit of volume as well. It's an all-rounder, which is why I love it. Next, we've got one that I picked up in the last couple of months actually, when Glossier finally appeared in Mecca stores here in Adelaide, and it is their Lash Slick mascara in brown. This one does not make any kind of mess on me, and I really love the shade. This brown is a really nice brown. This is nowhere near gonna give me the bold lashes that my Tarte Lip mascara gives me. It's definitely more of a natural look, but if you're after a brown mascara that isn't gonna smudge, this is the one for you. It will absolutely do the job, and it doesn't irritate my eyes. I should have mentioned I have really sensitive eyes. A lot of things irritate my eyes. This one doesn't. All right, let's get into some eyeliners now. Staying with Glossier, because I've really enjoyed quite a few of their products actually lately, are the #1 pencils from their line. These are brilliant. These are so brilliant, these eyeliners. The way that they glide on, they're so creamy. I don't even have to press that. Like, I literally just skimmed that across my hand and you have this beautiful rich pigment right there. That is the shade Kiln. I'm obsessed with it. I can also use these in my waterline without them irritating my eyes, which is a minor miracle. And I have the shade Eggplant here too. Oh, sorry, it's Rococo, but it's an eggplant color. And it's actually the one I'm wearing today. I'm hoping you can see it because my camera is telling me that it's overheating, which happens all the time, especially in summer here. Let's take a little pause. I'll be right back. Okay, just had a little chance for the camera to cool down, and while I was just sitting here, I took a little glance at myself in the mirror and realized I had some lipstick on my teeth, which has probably been there for the entire duration of this video. Now, am I going to re-record this whole thing? Oh, hell no. So apologies if it's been irritating you, and if you didn't see it, just pretend I didn't say this last little bit. Cool. Anyway, so I have got the Rococo eyeliner from Glossier on today. That is both of them swatched on my hand, and I've been super, super impressed with the formula. It does not budge. You're gonna need a waterproof eye makeup remover to get this off. But, you know, it's like the pro and the con, because that means that it's not sliding all over your face during the day. Other eyeliners I've adored this year. My MAC Color Excess Gel Liner Nudge Nudge Ink Ink. I loved these last year as well. This shade is almost identical to Charlotte Tilbury's Walk of No Shame eyeliner. And I love that this is a wind up. I traveled with this. This is my go-to everyday shade. These are excellent, and there are so many good colors in this formula. If you haven't tried these eye pencils, I really think that you will like them if you love creamy pigment. Also, it's more defined than the Charlotte Tilbury pencil, unless you are someone who is sharpening your pencil every single time you use it, which I'm definitely not. Having said that, I love my Charlotte Tilbury Walk of No Shame pencil as well. But yeah, I realized that they were almost identical, and I was like, oh my God, that's crazy. So when MAC has sales, I buy this one because I do also like the fact that it's a wind up, because I'm just lazy when it comes to sharpening stuff. So yeah, funnily enough, I did bring with me the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk eyeliner because I've loved this one this year as well. So whereas this Walk of No Shame and Nudge Nudge Ink Ink are more of a brownie red, this is more of a burgundy shade. So I like to wear that when I'm wearing sort of rose colors, pinks, that kind of gear. It goes really beautifully with those. Big fan. Then I've just got a couple of different formulas here. So I've got another one that was a favorite last year. This is from Charlotte Tilbury. It's the Crystal Dimension eyeliner Pillow Talk. It is stunning. I'll never ever not love wearing this eyeliner. It's just so beautiful. It shifts from a berry color to a gold color and almost a bit of a lime green in there. It's so beautiful. I'm a big fan of this liquid liner. The quality is second to none, and I didn't know how much she would nail it, but she nailed it. Then I've got from German indie brand Lethal Cosmetics. It's from the Avatar The Last Airbender collection. I bought all of these liquid liners and I love all of them, but this is the one I've used the most this year. This one came with the brown liquid liner in the duo. But honestly, if you like any of the colors, you won't be disappointed. I have all of them. They're all beautiful. But because I tend to wear a lot of sort of greens and orangey terracotta eyeshadow shades, I wore this a lot because it's a beautiful multi-chrome that just works so nicely with those. And then lastly for eyeliners, I've got this little one from Glossier Cosmetics. It's the little split liner. It's teeny tiny. Look how small that is, like in the palm of my hand. But you don't need it bigger, let's be honest. It's gonna take me 30 years to get through this. This is the Gatto eyeliner duo, and this looks so beautiful on the eyes. This is a really reddy brown shade, and then you've got this beautiful light mustardy color, and they look so beautiful together. I do have a video where I've used these, and so if I can find it, I will link it. But otherwise, if you're looking for just beautiful, colorful eyeliners, the Glisten split liners are really good and super cheap as well. They're really reasonably priced. Gatto is a beautiful eyeliner duo if you're someone who enjoys warm neutrals. I have one eyeshadow stick here from Mecca, and this was a favorite last year too. I love it so much I throw it around. This is the Zoom Shadow Stick Matte in Terracotta. I traveled with this both this year and last year, and I love the formula. It's very creamy. It's very easy to blend when you put it on, and the shade is just stunning. For my hazel eyes, it really makes them pop. Big fan. Big fan. Then the other 4 eyeshadow sticks I have right here are from Vieve. I adore these eyeshadow sticks. They are called the Beauty Wands. Eye wands, sorry, I always call them beauty wands. Eye wands from Vieve. I got the biggest thrill this year from being able to actually go into Space NK stores and swatch Vieve beauty products. It was such a thrill. And the same with Lisa Eldridge. I was so thrilled to be able to try her things in person. Oh, sorry about that little interruption. I just got a package. I'll insert some footage of Billy here because I gave him a little treat. Oh, it's a Charlotte Tilbury. Oh, it's my Charlotte order because she had a sale on. It's funny, we were just speaking about Charlotte, weren't we? How exciting. Well, actually, funnily enough, I bought a replacement of my Walk of No Shame eyeliner because mine is teeny weeny. Ah, yeah, this is exciting. I bought the Kissing Formula lipstick in 90s pink, and I haven't tried this one on at all. I don't even know. Hopefully it's gonna look all right. This is the Hyaluronic and Happy Kiss Color Balm in Romance Kiss. I think it's a peachy color, hopefully. And then I caved and thought I would try. This is such a distraction, I know. The Hypnotizing Pop Shots. Oh, the packaging's gorgeous. I got one in Pillow Talk Diamonds and one in Ultraviolet, which is, you know, like the pinky purpley one. So I'm super excited to try those. Anyway, that was a nice distraction. How you going down there, Bills? Billy's got a snufflefish with treats in it because he just brought me this package. And whenever he brings me a package, I give him a treat. He's still going. Where were we? Okay, so that's right, I was gonna swatch these Vieve sticks for you. I get distracted easily, sorry about that. How's the lipstick on the teeth stitch? Hopefully a bit better. So I'm gonna look back at this footage and be like, oh my God, you should have re-recorded it. But who has the time right now? Okay, let's get these on for you. I love these so much that I bought backups when I was in Europe just recently in the UK. Okay, so we've got the Vanilla Camel, which is a color I cannot live without and is one of the shades that I bought a backup of. Then we've got Hazelnut, which is also beautiful. And oh my God, this one that I'm obsessed with, which was a newer addition to the line for Jamie. I think it came out earlier this year. It is the shade Rose. Now, it was supposed to be limited edition. I haven't checked recently to see if it's still there, but I really hope it's not limited. I really hope it sticks around because it is such a beautiful pinky brownie shade. I'm obsessed with it, and I bought a backup of that as well when I was overseas because I was like, if she discontinues this, I'm gonna cry if I don't have another. And I'm actually wearing it today as a base, and it's beautiful. It's beautiful just on its own. Love these. Creamy formula, blendable, stay put. Can't say enough good things about those from Vieve. She's absolutely smashed it with those. All right, we've only got like 2 different kind of categories left, so let's do, I might save palettes for last. Let's do some lip products right here. I am not a huge one for lip liners. I don't wear them very often. It's a rare occasion that I wear them, but there are some formulas that I really liked this year. One of those being a nice budget-friendly one from Sephora, and it is the lip stain liner. I bought it in 3 different shades. This is a very creamy lip liner. It's great. It's a wind up. It's great to put all over your lips. Let it set, and then you can put a gloss or a lipstick over the top if you like, or you can just wear it as is. These look beautiful. The colors are phenomenal. They pack so much pigment. They feel light on the lips. They don't feel waxy. Great product. Have nothing good things to say about that, and the shade selection is huge as well. I also fell very much in love with Lisa Eldridge lip liners when I was overseas. This is the Enhance and Define lip liner pencil in the shade Petal. I adore this shade. Oh, it's such a beautiful warm pink, which I can get away with using with peachy lipsticks and pinky lipsticks. It's absolutely beautiful. Again, the formula is phenomenal. However, of course, this is a sharpen pencil rather than a wind up. The pigment is incredible. It stays on so well. It's so long lasting. Just beautiful. A beautiful formula from Lisa Eldridge. And in fact, I really loved playing with most of Lisa Eldridge's stuff when I was away, and I did pick up a few things from the line. I just haven't had a chance to wear them heaps yet. So I picked up some of her Lyrics eyeshadows, the cream eyeshadows, so I want to use those a bit more before I comment on them, but I might do a swatching video because I don't think I've done that yet. Okay, now moving into lipsticks, and there were a few formulas that you would have seen throughout the year I really fell in love with. One of those was from Mecca, so it was their own in-store brand, and it was the Pout Pop, the sheer Pout Pop lipsticks. I picked up, I think, 5 or 6 shades of this. A couple of the ones I really enjoyed were Reality Check. Camera's overheating again. And this one here, Model Mode, is really beautiful as well. Gives you a bit more oomph to your lips, even though it's still sheer. It's such a juicy, pretty formula. And there's another one called Bad Blood that I love, which I don't know where, it's probably in my pocket somewhere because I use it all the time, which is another one that I really like. Another formula I fell in love with this year is from RMS, and it is the Legendary Serum lipsticks. I have 2 shades. I have Melanie and I have Linda. Oh my gosh, Linda is such a beautiful shade. These ones are clicky uppy ones. So don't click them up too far because you cannot retract them. The lip formula is so cooling on the lips, really cooling on the lips. I find that they're long wearing, but you can reapply them without, you know, like getting that flaky, crusty buildup. So they reapply nicely as well, but they are super long wearing, so there's no qualms there. The formula itself is quite light in the consistency, and I just have nothing but good things to say. I really enjoy this lipstick formula, and I want to get some. They've brought out a nude bunch of colors, and I want to try out a couple of those as well. So, because these are both very bright, so I'd like to have one that I can wear, you know, when I want more of a subdued lip color. Finally, we have got, oh, actually two more. So I've got the One I just bought a bigger size in. This was in a little trio pack, but it's from Charlotte Tilbury. It's the Kissing formula in 90s pink, and I am just obsessed with this lip color. I just think it's so pretty, and for some reason it's quite unique in my collection. I don't know, it just looks different to all the others. So it's a really nice glossy formula, but with pigment. I like the way it wears. I love the color. I really like it. And then finally, I picked up, I think, almost every single color in this range. This is from Nude by Nature. It is their lipsticks. This is the one I'm wearing today, actually. The Moisture Shine lipstick in 07 Deep Plum is the one I have on. And this is probably my favorite color, 06 Dusky Nude. It's just so beautiful. The formula of this just feels so luxurious on my lips. I love that it's a clean product, and I love that it's by an Australian company. So very big fan of that formula. That's why I bought it in all the different colors. Okay, finally we are moving into eyeshadow palettes. So the ones I have loved the most this year. Now it's a tough one because I have actually been wearing a lot of just eyeshadow sticks this year, but when I have been reaching for eyeshadow palettes, there's a few that I've gone for. I picked up these two the most recently. These are from Vieve. They are the Soul Shadows. I got them on my travels. One of the shades, one of the color stories is called Burn, which is stunning when you just want to really pack a punch. Love that warm color story. And then this one is Allure, which is just, oh, the most beautiful, more muted but still special color story. This shimmer is what made me want this palette so badly, because it just on the eye is so special. It's like a mix between copper and rose gold, and the metallicness, and just, it's just beautiful. It's just beautiful, and they blend like a dream. I really enjoy those eyeshadow palettes and have loved using them since I picked them up. Now, ones I've had from a while back, this one is not even, you can't even buy it anymore. So if you have it, please take it out, cherish it, love it, because it deserves it. This is from Glamonatrix. It is the You Beauty eyeshadow palette. Mine is a crumbled mess in so many ways. Unfortunately, these two shadows came crumbled when I first bought it, so I have to store this one as flat as possible, but there are some spectacular shades in here. I love the warm matte colors, and two of my all-time favorite shimmery shades are in this eyeshadow palette, Old Mate and G'day. Look how beautiful they are. Oh my God. There is nothing that makes me happier than putting those two shimmer shades onto my eyelids. Okay, another one that is a little bit older. It didn't come out this year. It is the Sigma Corderosa eyeshadow palette. I just was stunned by the beauty of this packaging to start with, and then I love this color story so much. I love this shade here, this beautiful peach shade. I always reach for this palette just so I can use that in my crease. There's just something so pretty about that as a transition color. So pretty. I love the shimmers in here. The brush that it comes with is quality, because obviously it's a Sigma one, and it's just a beautiful palette. I just find myself really enjoying it. The shimmers are very soft, and they're more subtle than you'll find in a lot of indie makeup brands palettes, but they're just beautiful. So I love the Corderosa palette. Sorry, I had to change the battery of my camera, which means I know I've been talking for a really long time, and this is going to be a long video. So if you're still with me, thank you. Give yourself a treat of some kind. Talking to Billy. Okie dokie. So it's okay. There's only 2 items left that I wanted to talk about. Oh, actually 3. There's one random one. But anyway, eyeshadow palettes. So this one from What's Up Beauty, the Dragon Eye palette, I have absolutely loved. I've loved all 3 of the What's Up Beauty palettes I picked up this year, but this one is just so pretty. The shimmers in here are absolutely gorgeous and ethereal, and they just twinkle. They just twinkle beautifully. Twinkle, twinkle. And the mattes are really easy and soft to blend out. It's just a beautiful eyeshadow palette. I particularly love the size of this palette. I wish all eyeshadow palettes were this size, because you're still getting an amazing variety of shades in there. I mean, what is it, a 10-pound palette? 12-pound palette, but it's compact, and I love that. Plus, I mean, look, stunning. Big fan. This was mentioned as well. Actually, a bunch of these were mentioned in my last video where I went through the eyeshadow palettes I picked up this year. There's not hundreds of them because I am not a professional YouTuber. I don't have the money to buy all the palettes, but there's, I think, a really nice collection of them. And finally, the Lethal Cosmetics Midnight Serenade eyeshadow palette. My favorite eyeshadow palette from Lethal Cosmetics. I do love the Avatar palettes as well, but this one is my favorite. It's the one I have on my eyes today. I'm wearing it with the Vieve shadow stick. This is such a divine eyeshadow palette. The formula is magic. The mattes are incredibly blendable, probably my favorite matte formula, and just the colors they've chosen as far as the metallics and the shifty shades in this eyeshadow palette are absolutely beautiful. Starlit is so stunning as an inner corner highlight. It's what I have in my inner corner today. And then on the lid, I have a mix of Continuum and Enchantress, both gorgeous in their own right. Oh, they're so beautiful. I love that they look transparent one second and then they're just radiant and shimmery and beautiful the next. Just absolutely beautiful. If you want to do a neutral eye look, you can. If you want to get really like vampy and do some, you know, really deep, bold looks, you can. This blue is something else as well. This real navy. They just, all the colors work. They just work so nicely together. I love this brown too, Obscura. Oh man, it's just, there's nothing I don't love in this palette. I think it's so beautiful. And it is the eyeshadow palette I've probably been most excited about playing with this year. So yeah, couldn't not include it in this video. So that's all of the things I want to talk about this year that I've really enjoyed using. I mean, of course, there are so many more. Oh, sorry, one last thing. Because this is a really like thing that we don't think about very often, but is so important in makeup life. This pencil sharpener from Glossier is fabulous. I searched high and low for a makeup sharpener that had a capture, and this was the only one I could find. And the quality of the sharpener is brilliant as well. It doesn't eat any of my pencils. It gets them all to a beautiful fine point. And this is such a cheap buy. I absolutely recommend, if you use lip liners or eyeliners that need to be sharpened, this sharpener. It's fabulous. Life-changing, some might say. Anyway, thank you so much for joining me today. I've definitely talked long enough. This is going to take forever to edit. I'll probably just give up halfway through and just let it go. I hope you've had a fabulous day or night wherever you are and you continue to do so. Thanks for spending the time with me today. I don't take it for granted at all. I really appreciate it and I love hearing from you. Comments are always welcome. Thank you for sticking with me this year. I'll probably bang out another video before the end of the year, but just in case I don't, you've been amazing. All right, I'll see you soon at the Dally Diaries. Please like and subscribe before you leave. Bye.